We're going to be working the Traeger out there. Yeah, we're going to have an apron on.
Hunting a space
bare
elk.
ass showing out of the
Space
back.
elk.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Eating fucking moon meats.
Doing, what's it called? The ivermectin?
Yeah. Oh, it cured him. That guy.
That was a wild one.
Thank God for him, man.
Gotta protect him, yeah?
Yeah, but just thank God for, thank God for freaking podcasting.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Oh my God. Oh
having
my
to go
God.
on the news and talk about something? Oh my God, bro. I would pay somebody to look at my asshole if I had to do that, man.
How much?
Children. That's who.
Oh.
But only in my family. And only in my neighborhood, dude. Only to give back to the community.
You need like a Venn
Give back what
diagram.
was given to you.
Yeah, to give back what was given to me, man.
just
You
give it
got to
back.
keep going, man. You got to get back to your roots, man.
How long did you? Yeah,
Jeez,
you've been on the wave.
Yeah, I've been on. I mean, I was, I started with a friend of mine named Matt Weiss, and we had a podcast that was about like Hollywood type stuff, but it just didn't pick up any steam. And we had really neat guests and stuff. It was like on TMZ all the time, but it wasn't like my heart just wasn't in it. And then I walked out of Joe Rogan's one time, and I was like, oh, I want to do something more like this. I want to talk about just whatever I want to think about.
Yeah, which is
And that's what I started doing then. And
Yeah.
then I just started at home. And now I'm lucky, man. It's a fun space now. And you get to have your people come on you want to share time with.
it really
you
is.
know?
It really is fun. There's a lot of freedom to do what you want and say what you want. And it's crazy because we're again only 300 episodes in, and I look at like you and Rogan, and y'all are like experts or vets in the space, and it's cool to see how it's grown. I wonder what's harder to break into now though, if for people starting, because dude, come on, everyone's trying to do podcasts now.
Yeah.
And this is a tough space to grow. Like you said, the first thing you tried was hard,
Yeah.
and listening to people is hard. So how do people break in if they don't know what their niche is?
Yeah, I think sometimes just trying to share what's going on with you. I think not having a plan. Sometimes one of the problems is after a certain point, there's too much material in a space where you can't help but imitate it. So that's why a new thing has to come along.
You gotta disrupt.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
you gotta
crazy.
have it, or you have to have that new thing that comes. So it's sometimes you're just waiting for that new thing.
Dude,
it's like,
you're so that really well said. Because every
damn,
time,
thanks, man.
no, you're right. Every time I see whether it's a project, a person, a podcast, blow up, it really makes sense. That makes sense. It's like, wow, that person was always meant to be there in that niche. That area hasn't been filled, and here they are. And that's why they're there. Like it usually never surprises me. I'm like, I can see a little bit how that works.
Yeah.
After the fact.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like
it makes
there's
sense.
always some unique something where, again, it's so saturated. Everything is how do you know what is you creating and not what you're seeing just being regurgitated with how you create.
Yeah. Well, that's the biggest fear I think of a lot of us with anything. I think it even goes from like the way we see like people love each other as children, like our parents or something, and then we create the same type of thing. Like it's so hard to lean into whatever feels like is exactly like what you really want to be doing, just the judgment. And now there's so much judgment. It's like, God, it used to be there's so much less judgment.